Okay, part two. So if I was to advise a young girl, if I was to, meet a young girl, and she's like, I think I'm going to move to some, I'd be like, well, you can't just do that, man. You cannot just do that. You can't. I would warn her, really, really, I was also very naive, not in the sense that I knew that there was, wicked in the world. There were evil people in the world, but like I really didn't think I never read deeply into my ex-husband's family because I didn't know them. I only met his aunt like once or twice, and I met a few of his uncles and his few of his aunts like once or twice. And that's it. I didn't know them. You know. Yeah, I did lie to my husband, but I didn't know that you guys were the way that you were either. You know, I would have never treated him that way. Uh, and I think that you got to understand from my point of view how I see these people, and you have to understand from my point of view, based on the law, how I see these people, and not just his family, but sadly how I see my own family too, my own blood relations. You know, um, you raised in a family where you think because you have the same mother and father and you have the same, you're exposed to the same environment, you watch the same TV shows, you played the same board games, you know you did the same summer activities, you pretty much knew the same people in your neighborhood, but they are so completely different than me. They're completely different than me. Like I could never enjoy seeing someone from my family suffer. I would have never torn my family member down in the manner that they've done to me. And they normalize that behavior, you know? And yes, I don't I'm not like an active social reformer, but I do believe in proper ways of living and interacting with people and treating people and respecting human rights. Not just black people's rights. I'm talking every right on the face of this earth, on the face of this earth. you know and so no, I don't believe in yeah, I'm definitely a black woman, okay? And some people will say, well, are you pro black? I'm not pro black. I'm going to explain my stance on race issues. My issue is this, is that I believe that human beings are exposed to evil. Every single last one, whether you're black, whether you're white, whether you're Mexican, Chinese, whatever, whoever you are exposed to evil. The influence of evil is very heavy on this world, okay? And it's in everything. And people have normalized the behavior, okay? So now I am very much aware of what racism. I'm very much aware that white people can be very bad to black people. I'm also aware of the fact that, in the black community, we have issues where, people talk about unity, but my own blood relations was more than willing to throw me under the bus. And no, they did not want to pull together and see me succeed. My own blood family, not just black people. Okay. I'm talking about like my own flesh and blood came from the same exact womb. Nobody in this world cares about anybody. So when I see and then the Black Lives Matter. Yes, Black lives do matter, and I will tell you why. Um, because we can deal with racial insensitivity from people, and my example is a good one. The abusing, the setting up the fake job interviews, the taking away my job, and having other people participate in doing so. They don't There's some people in this world who are insensitive. They don't think that the person who doesn't have the same skin color as you doesn't have the feelings, or they don't even have the sense to recognize and understand what's going on and happening to them. They think of you as somebody who is lower, lesser than, and somebody who is deserving of their mistreatment. They do humanize black people. And so Black Lives Matter movement, I guess they talk about this issue because they want to say, hey, I'm tired of being abused. I'm speaking up. This is what you're doing to me. It's bothering me. Please stop it. Because you have to remind them that you too are a human being. You too have a family to go to, or you too have people that you love. You too have maybe a child that you're trying to take care of. You too also has to, get up in the morning, you eat, drink, take a shit just like they do. Okay? You have to remind other people before they enact their hate towards you. But at the end of the day, how I believe, and this is what I see when it comes to people in general, in the end of the day, no life matters. And when this is quite apparent by just looking outside, like you go to the 99-cent store and you see panhandlers all the time, and we just drive right by them. Nobody gives a shit. And it's sad. In the past, when I had money, I remember giving them money. Okay. But the very fact that we have so many homeless people, okay, all over the goddamn place, just goes to show you at the end of the day, when you really get down to it, no life matters. Nobody values anybody. And it's quite obvious. If you can make phone calls and get people blacklisted, you can have somebody harass somebody, psychologically abuse somebody, financially strip somebody of their resources in broad daylight. People don't value human life, period. And and this relates to Black people, but it also explains the issues that are going on with other targeted individuals, regardless of their race. There are people who are white men are targeted individuals. This is just in general. Okay, what I'm saying is we live in a very sick, barbaric, twisted, warped, ignorant world where people don't, they say they're religious, but they don't really know the doctrines of their religion. They don't know their tenets of the religion. They don't even know that, if you are somebody who claims to follow the Bible, which is where the basis of your religion is supposed to come from, right? Okay, then your very actions contradict everything that's in that Bible. And then if you want to make an issue and argue it, like, well, that's just your interpretation. Everybody has their own interpretation. You're absolutely right. So then what are we arguing about? Because then I have the right to interpret the Bible myself as well. That's why whatever the case is, I'm not going to go into it because I'm just going to go off into another tangent. My point is that life on earth is hell. It's hell. Okay, it's chaotic. Up is down, black is white, white is black,